Whoa, look at number 8. Crazy looking shape, but we can do this. Let's see what we have. It says A is parallel to B. So we do have two parallel lines right here and right here, right? Okay, is that going to help us any? Well, I hope it will. It's bound to help us somehow. We have 80, 70, and 30. So we got to find these other missing measurements. Well, we look at that and we're like, okay, I've got somebody cutting it. I don't see anything, Mr. Ickham. Well, let's do this. Let's open our eyes. Okay. If we don't open our eyes, we're not going to see it. Look for a triangle. And you're like, well, I see a triangle right here, but you only give me one measurement. Yeah, it doesn't do any good. I see a triangle here, but only have one measurement. Doesn't do me any good. But what if we look at another triangle? Because there's more than just that triangle. And that's the key we've got to see. Otherwise, we're sort of stuck here. So look here. What do you see? I see a triangle. One corner is 80, the other is 30. That adds up to 110. 110 plus 70 will give me what I need. So I know that corner is 70. So there, that helped us. Now, let's see what else we can get. Let me erase this. Okay, so we have 70. Now what I need to do is I got to find some other things. Well, that's 70, but what good does that do me? Well, gives you one angle. But if I know this and this are parallel, this right here, if you have two parallel lines, those guys have to add up to 180, don't they? That means this 70 plus that guy has to be 100 because you already got 80 down here. That means this corner has to be 30. But let's say we didn't see that because, to be honest, a lot of kids aren't going to see that. That's a little complicated. So let's say we want another way of trying to get that. Let's see what I can do. Well, you have the parallel lines, right? This guy and this guy. What about Mr. Z-Meister? Remember how I talked about the Z-Meister? If I have two parallel lines, if you have somebody connecting, you're making a Z. This angle and this angle on the inside of those Z's are going to be equal. So if it's 30 down here, this guy right here is going to be 30 right there. And we could have started with that, but I decided I wanted to make us look for the big triangle. And if we see the 30, notice we now have what? This triangle right here. So 30 and 70 makes 100. So this has to be 80. Vertical is 80. Right here's 100. Right here's got to be 100. And now you have a triangle right here. 80 and 30 is 110. So this has to be 70, which again, we could have gotten from the Z-Meister this way if we wanted. And then right beside it is 110. Multiple ways. Open your eyes to the Z-Meisters, but don't forget to look for larger triangles. They're always going to be there. That's always going to be the things you use to get these missing angles.